You've done a lot of research into totalitarian regimes in the past, and you know a lot about how they work with their propaganda. Now, the idea that our kids are openly hostile to the notion of free speech is difficult for even my generation to understand, because from my generation upwards, it was one of those things that we took for granted. It was always a virtue. How do you explain this sudden desire to shut down speech? Because it's not just the government that says we want to crack down on speech. The kids are there on social media every day saying we want to shut people up who don't agree with us. How does that happen inside a totalitarian regime like that?
Well, they have been, as I say, indoctrinated to a collectivist worldview, so that even you see very clearly in schools, they are not taught to be independent thinkers, but they have to fit a particular narrative. And if they try to be independent and to have their own perception of reality, they will be silenced by their teachers. So what's happening? It's basically the collectivist approach that everything has to be done and decided according to the groups. And the groups are many existing ones, and not necessarily they will be working together for the betterment of a society, because these groups are tribal instances of deliberation, and they are not necessarily going to be interconnected. So our society is being fragmented into enclaves of ethnicity, religion, and many other divisive groups. So the outcome of this is the end of national unity, and probably undermining even our national security in the process, because you don't know at this point if they are being taught so much how much they should hate us and hate our country, how much they will be able to defend us
Well,
if we were eventually under an external attack.
Well, when I was at school, we were always taught, particularly by my grandmother, that sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. That was a common idea. And the whole point was, you know, robust speech is not going to do you damage. You have to be strong enough to overcome what is said around you. And that was part of the free speech idea that was happening. It meant that speech wasn't always going to be pleasant, but that was okay. Now they are taught in school that words are literally violence, and they use that expression exactly. So it doesn't surprise me that kids want to shut down debate because they see ideas that hurt their feelings as a violent action against their person.